Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of my 1GP 2 Twisted Bow flipping series. This is going to be the end. I don't know what happened, guys. It just kind of snuck up on me. With the Nightmare being released, a ton of weird things happened. So this episode is actually only going to encapsulate 3 days, not even, but so much happened in those 3 days. And I'm going to show you exactly how I managed to finish off this series, even though I had about 80 mil to go last time I checked in. So today is going to be a shorter episode as far as flipping goes, but I'm going to spend a bit of time recapping my favorite parts of this series, explaining where this is going to be going in the future, and just explaining my thought process over these last couple of days. So I can't thank you guys enough for all of the support you've shown on the series throughout the last 9 months or so. It really has meant a lot and really kind of pushed me to finally finishing a series. It happened. I'm stoked. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and let's get started. Well, we are definitely in the home stretch now. We have 1 billion GP and only around 75 to 100 mil to go, depending on what the Twisted Bow wants to do. So we're starting off on February 5th, and let's go ahead and get this done with. First up here, I'm having a look at the Ancestral Robe set. Really big margin right now. It is raising up, so I don't want to commit too hard here. It's about 4 mil up on the week. And it's a pretty slow item to begin with, but I'm just going to go ahead and try to actually just straight up flip the Ancestral Robe set. We're going to try buying it for 136,915, and we're just going to go for 2 right now, and we'll see if we can actually successfully flip those. We're going to go with the Staff of the Dead for about 5081, and maybe we'll go for double the buying limit on that one. Same thing for the Torture Ornament Kit. I'll go ahead and do double the buying limit. Okay, we got a pretty good margin on the Basilisk Jaw. It is kind of raising up and a bit more expensive than normal, but I expect it to continue raising today as it is a best in slot PVM item. A small margin on the Tome of Fire, but I'll go ahead and do it. Only a 32 mil investment anyway. A pretty small margin on the Crossbow, but I'm going to go ahead and do a few kind of active flips because I still should be here today. And finally, I think I'm going to go for the Dragon Hunter Crossbow. Just crashed a significant amount in the last 30 minutes or so, so I'm going to give it a try. Assuming it has a good margin of 100k, whatever. Go ahead and do it and see if we can do the full buying limit. And that's going to be it for now. I will check back in probably later today. Well, today's been going really well so far. We've had a ton of really good active flips. We've been doing the Arcane today and the Armadillo Chain Skirt. We started off by getting about a 700k margin on the Arcane. Everything's really crazy right now because the Nightmare is out tomorrow. I also ended up doing a Dragon Hunter Crossbow flip earlier, but we ended up getting about 2 mil in profit on the Arcane Spirit Shield and about a 250k margin on the Armadillo Chain Skirt, which never happens. I got about 1.4 mil there and about 400k on the Crossbow, giving us about a 3.8 mil profit in just a couple of hours. The Ancestral Robe set flip didn't end up working out, but I'm actually going to go ahead and just price check a combination set. It doesn't have a very good margin on it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. I think we can afford 4 at a time. It only has a margin of 150k per combination, but I'll take it for now. I do think this armor set is on the rise right now. Pretty much any PVM gear is going up. And last up here, I'm just going to put in a random offer for the Team Cape 0, call that a day, and I'm probably actually going to check back in a few hours and see where we're at. Well, today turned into a pretty solid day of active flipping. I didn't really do anything long term. I was just kind of flipping when I was at my computer, as things have just been changing so quickly lately that I don't think it makes sense to really leave offers in for long periods of time. I didn't end up really doing a combination set here, but I ended up selling off the individual Ancestral top and bottoms for a really good margin. But let's just go ahead and hit collect and see where we're at. 9 mil up, which is quite good already just in one day. You can see all the flips we ended up doing today to make us that 9 mil. Okay, so overnight, I want to put in some offers, but like I was saying, the Nightmare is tomorrow, and I don't really want to leave offers in overnight that could easily crash. We don't really know how to kill the Nightmare, so any PVM item is risky. It could go up a ton as well, but I prefer not to take that risk. So we're going to take some items that I know probably won't be affected too much by the new boss release. I do think this will be a much safer bet, and at this late stage of the account, I would hate to lose tons and tons of money. So I'm just going to wait until tomorrow, figure out what the best items are going to be at the Nightmare, and just try to start flipping those. Overnight, I'm just going to do a few normal flips, but that is going to be pretty much it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the new content release. Well, the Nightmare is out, and look at this, guys. I can't believe I was asleep for this. The twisted bow actually dipped down to under $1. I could have bought it had I been awake. Jumped back up to 140, but but since the new boss is all melee, the twisted bow not going to be used there. So yeah, I might actually be able to finish this series this week, because if the twisted bow stays at 140, we could get it. If it drops down further, we'll definitely get it. One item I'm looking at right now is the Spectral. Over the last quarter, lowest price was 61 mil. Currently today, 57. So I don't think that is going to be that big of a risk. So I'm going to try flipping a few of these Spectrals. Okay, 59,946 into 51,195. That is a 850k margin. Let's go ahead and do 5 of those for now. The rapier has also crashed quite a bit today. I'm going to try doing maybe one at a time for that one. 168, 250 into 167,855. That is another 400k margin. That's pretty good. We'll do one at a time. Okay, we have the Crossbow, which has crashed quite a bit because, again, a ranged weapon. Okay, that's pretty good. 70k, we'll do that quickly. Gonna go for 7. I would say the bludgeon is a bit too risky right now. I don't really want to do that. Let's try to adjust this year laggards or something like that. 19,899 into 19,775. Decent enough. We'll go ahead and do 7 of those. I'm gonna go get my breakfast and we'll see how this day goes so far. Okay, things are moving really quickly right now. We're getting 600 to 700k on Spectrals, which is really awesome. I think we've done almost the full buying limit now. We're doing rapiers for about a 400k profit. We're doing them one at a time because I'm a little bit nervous. We did primordials quickly. They have about a 100k profit, 130, and they bought like literally instantly. We did crossbows, not for a huge profit on those ones, but still very quick. And yeah, things are just moving very quickly. We're making quite a bit of money so far. Maybe even today we'll be able to buy that twisted bow. Only time will tell. Holy crap, look at that. A 800k profit on Bando's Tacits. That is insane. Oh my god, we're actually making so much money right now. Okay, we already made a 1.6 mil just on flipping 2 Tacits. Hopefully we can go ahead and buy the other 7. Really have to quickly be changing offers here. We got our final Spectral Spirit Shield sold. I'm gonna have to calculate how much money I'm making after, because not keeping track of this. And we're also doing primordials for about 100k profit, and I think we can do another 6 or something like that. Oh my god, I just lost 2 mil checking the Arcane Spirit Shield. Ouch, that kind of hurt. Hopefully we can actually flip that item, because otherwise we just threw away 2 mil into the void. We're never getting that back. Luckily, even with a 2 mil loss, we are making bank on so many other things. Pretty much every PVM item has ridiculous margins. I'm getting like 200 to 500k margins on items that are about 50 mil, and on expensive items, I'm getting 900k a mil as margins. There's just so much money to be made today. Honestly, I think I started doing this at the perfect time because things crashed very quickly after the release of Nightmare. But I mean, these items are still useful. A lot of these things have crashed so far that they've crashed past where their average price was even 6 months ago. If anything, they're probably going to go back up when people need them again for other content that isn't the Nightmare. Well, I think I've done pretty much most of the PVM items. I don't even know what's left. Everything has been flipping so quickly. We've been making a lot of money. The occasional loss, mainly on price checks like this, where we lost about 2 mil and we didn't end up flipping any of them. You have to be a little careful price checking things on days like today, because it's just too chaotic. You can get burned very quickly. Now I'm going to a physio appointment, and I don't really want to leave any offers in while I'm gone. As soon as I get back, I do want to try flipping these items again, because at that point we probably will have hit our 4-hour timer on some items. Unfortunately, these 2 items aren't selling off, because I would really like to see our total gold right now, because we could be very close to a twisted bow. If it drops another 10 mil, I could see ourselves being pretty much within arm's reach. Okay, I was a bit impatient and I instantly sold off our items, but that brought us up to 1 bill 19 mil. Man, we must be so close right now. I'm pretty sure the twisted bow is at around 1 bill 25 mil or 1 bill 30. It is showing 1,026 mil. You know what? I'm just gonna put an offer in for it while I leave. You never know, and I'm not really sure if I want to leave any item in anyway. Oh man, that's so much money. Right, it's only been about 20-30 minutes, and we've done another amazing set of PVM flips. Let's have a look at the Dragon Hunter Crossbow here. We were getting such a good margin on it. We started off by getting about a 400k margin on 4 of them. On the Justiciar laggards, we got such a good margin, I can't even believe it. We sold most of them for a 450k margin, a few of them for a bit less. This one we accidentally dumped, but we still got 19,100 for it, so not too bad. Dragon Hunter Lances, we managed to get about a 200k profit on each one of those. If we hit collect, that brings us up to 1025 mil. Oh my god, we're getting so close. 1 bill, 25 mil. Not quite there yet. We gotta do a bit more flipping. Guys, it's happening. This is not a drill. I think we are done. I just got back on the pool, hopped into GE Tracker, had a look at the Twisted Bow, and look at that. It's showing 10 bill 21 mil as the current price. I really hope that is accurate. First here, we have a bunch of sales coming through. Pretty much everything was profitable once again. We got about 50k on each of the rims pieces. We got like 600k there. A really good profit on the Twisted Buckler. Just everything today is an amazing flip. About 200k on each buckler gives us around 1.4 million profit on that. We did some Dragonfire shields for about a 500k profit and a few other items here, but let's hit collect and see where we're at. 1028. Is that going to be enough money, guys? We're pretty much at 10 bill 29 mil. The moment of truth, 1029,000k. Is this going to be enough money for the Twisted Bow? Let's find out. Oh my god. All right. Will this be enough money? Yes! There it is. We have it. Finally, after, what is it, 8 months, 9 months, we have achieved the Twisted Bow from scratch for 1 bill 28 mil. Okay, well, we overpaid quite a bit. We got it for 1 bill 20 mil. Let's go ahead and collect that, get that bad boy in our inventory. Not that I can equip it. 75 range, right. The date of completion is February 6th, 2020, which means this series took me 271 days to complete. I'm honestly in complete shock right now that I finished something. I finished a series. I am so proud of that. Now this kind of happened suddenly. I didn't expect to finish this for at least a couple of weeks at the least. So now I want to go ahead and explain what the future for this account is going to be, what I'm going to do with the Twisted Bow, pretty much how I'm going to wrap everything up for this series. Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking a lot on what I wanted to do after I achieved the Twisted Bow. I've received a lot of suggestions, and I really appreciate everyone for taking the time to care enough to actually send in anything. Now, one of the most popular suggestions is really just to continue the account to max cash and beyond, really. And that is what I'm going to do. Now, I've probably done hundreds of flipping videos throughout my time on YouTube, but one thing I've never actually done is flipping with high amounts of money or max cash. That is going to be completely new content for me and a lot of my viewers. So really, I think that's just the best way to go. We're going to get some new content. Spiritually, the Twisted Bow series is over, but I'm going to continue on with the money and I'm going to try to get max cash. So it took me around 9 months to get a bill from 1GP. How long will it take to essentially double that? I would hope quite a bit less time. Now, when I initially made the Twisted Bow account, I decided to put a self-imposed time limit and an ultimatum to make it more interesting. Now, the punishment for failing this series was actually pretty extreme. For one, giving away all the money, which could have been hundreds and hundreds of millions, and the pepper, of course, would have almost killed me. Now, as far as continuing on to max cash, I want to reduce that a bit. The main reason is that I would kind of like to do some more long-term investments, and I just didn't really feel comfortable doing that. The risk of losing everything at the end if I didn't meet my goal, it just didn't really make it worth it for higher risk flips along the way. So because of that, I'm going to be going forward with a slightly less punishing ultimatum, essentially. Now, this isn't set in stone, but I want to try to get max cash in 6 months. However, if I fail to do that, I'm just going to be having a drop party worth a couple hundred mil. That way there's still a bit of pressure so that I try to get this done as quickly as possible and really push myself to find the most profitable flips. But at the same time, I'm not risking everything. And the final thing to make it a little more realistic, I suppose, and a bit more interesting is I am going to be funding my main account through flipping. The IRS, or the CRA in Canada, is pissed off because, well, I haven't been paying my taxes. So going forward, I'm going to be taking away 30% of all of the gold and putting it on my main account. What I'm going to be doing with that money is doing the quickest training methods possible on my main to see how quickly I'll be able to max certain skills. I've already kind of begun working on that on the side. For example, I want to do things like chinning my defense to 99, using superior dragon bones to get 99, baking pies to 99, just fun training methods that are maybe not the most efficient gold to XP wise, but are going to be literally the quickest method. I think that's going to be fun and add a bit more complexity to the series. So in essence, I'm going to need closer to 1.3 or 1.4 bill, because 30% of that is going to be funneled to my main account. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about that. And finally, we have the twisted bow. Now, I'm not really sure what to do with it yet. I obviously kind of want to use it. With that said, my main account is completely gutted. I don't really have much gear to accompany the twisted bow. So what I'm kind of thinking of doing is I'm going to sell back the twisted bow right now. Ironically, I'm going to be getting about a 20 mil profit. We're going to take that money and I'm just going to do my best to flip for the rest of the week. On Sunday, I'm going to be having a live stream where I'm going to be giving away the rest of the money above 1 bill. That way we start at exactly 1 bill and you guys get a bit of a reward for sticking with me the entire time. So hopefully I can make a bit more money for you guys, because right now we'll only be dropping 30 mil, but if I can make another 30 or 40 mil in time, it will be a more impressive drop party. I'll be announcing the exact time in my Discord on the day of. So if you're not part of the Discord already, go ahead and check it out. There will be a link in the description. And I'm planning in a couple of weeks to actually go ahead and buy back the twisted bow with a bit of extra gear, and we can actually test it out because I've actually never used a twisted bow. And the whole point of the series was to get a twisted bow, so I gotta use it. So once I have enough money from flipping to afford a bit more gear, along with the twisted bow, I'm gonna go ahead and make a few videos with it. But anyway, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to say regarding this account in the future. Well, that is pretty much all I had to say. To finish things off, I just wanted to show you some of my favorite moments from the last year and from this series. Thanks again for everything. Hopefully I'll see you on Sunday for the live stream. If not, I'll see you very soon with a new episode where I work towards max cash.